That stubborn chill in your feet that seems to creep in as soon as the sun goes down. The stiffness in your knees and back when you first get out of bed. Or maybe it's the way you wake up between 2 and 3 in the morning mind racing, feeling inexplicably anxious before struggling to fall back asleep. For many of us over 50, these little discomforts become a part of daily life. We chalk it up to getting older, buy thicker socks, or accept that a full night's sleep is a thing of the past. We might even find ourselves relying on a pill for this or a cream for that, feeling like we are just patching up small leaks in a boat that is slowly taking on water. But what if these seemingly separate issues, the cold feet, the stiff joints, the restless nights, are not separate at all? What if they are all messages from your body pointing to a single underlying imbalance? In traditional Chinese medicine, we see the body not as a collection of parts, but as a holistic garden. When the garden's internal warmth and energy, its vital force begins to wane, the outer edges, like your hands and feet, feel the cold first. This lack of inner warmth can also disturb your spirit, making your mind restless when it should be at peace. The good news is that you don't need a massive overhaul to start tending to your inner garden. The solution often begins with simple, gentle acts of care that rekindle your body's own natural warmth and vitality. In traditional Chinese medicine, we have a concept called yang qi. The easiest way to think of yang qi is as your body's internal furnace. It is the metabolic fire that warms your limbs, powers your digestion, energizes your mind, and drives all the active processes in your body. When you are young, this furnace burns bright and strong. You can eat a cold salad in winter or run around in a Team Imus shirt on a cool day and feel perfectly fine. As we age, however, it is natural for this inner fire to dim slightly. The flame isn't as robust as it used to be. When your yang qi is weak, your body's furnace isn't powerful enough to send warmth all the way out to your hands and feet, which is why they often feel cold even under a pile of blankets. This weakened fire also means your digestive system, which we call the spleen in TCM, can become sluggish. It's like trying to cook a meal on a stove with a very low flame. Food isn't transformed into energy efficiently, which can lead to that feeling of afternoon fatigue, bloating, or heavy legs. At night, this lack of warmth can fail to anchor your spirit, or shenhe, allowing your mind to drift and wander, leading to disturbed sleep. Modern science offers a parallel perspective, though it uses different language. It talks about metabolism and circulation. When we talk about warming the body, we are also talking about improving blood flow, applying warmth to the body. For instance, through a foot soak, causes blood vessels to widen in a process called vasodilata. This draws blood away from a busy, overthinking head and down toward the extremities. This physiological shift not only physically warms your feet, but also signals to your nervous system that it is time to switch from a state of fight or flight to rest and digest, promoting a deep sense of calm that is essential for sleep. So when TCM talks about rekindling your inner fire, it aligns beautifully with the modern understanding of boosting circulation and calming the nervous system. These are two sides of the same coin, describing the same path to wellness. A few years ago, a woman in her late 60s came to see me. Let's call her Eleanor. Our main complaints were icy cold feet that kept her awake at night, a constant feeling of low energy that made her garden feel like a chore instead of a joy, and a lower back that always felt weak and achy. She had tried everything from electric blankets to thick wool socks, but the cold seemed to come from within. We determined her core issue was a deficiency of her kidney yang, the very foundation of the body's furnace. We started not with complex formulas but with simple, consistent lifestyle adjustments. We focused on warming her diet, introducing ginger and cinnamon into her meals, and ensuring she ate warm, cooked foods instead of cold salads. The most important change, however, was a nightly ginger foot soak for 15 minutes before bed. She reported that her feet felt alive again. Within a month, her sleep had deepened, and she no longer woke up in the middle of the night. Her energy slowly returned, and she started spending more time in her beloved garden. It wasn't a magic pill, it was steady progress through consistent care. Restoring your body's balance and inner warmth is a gentle process built on daily habits. It's about adding small, nurturing practices to your routine that work with your body, not against it. Here are a few foundational strategies to help you tend to your inner fire and cultivate lasting wellness. First is the principle of warming your yang. Think of this as adding logs to your internal furnace. This is especially crucial for anyone who often feels cold, has a pale complexion, feels tired after meals, or has a weak lower back. The goal is to generate and conserve your body's precious heat. One of the most effective and enjoyable ways to do this is with a warm foot soak. Soaking your feet in hot water for 15 to 20 minutes before bed is a powerful therapy. The heat not only warms you directly but also opens up the channels in your legs, encouraging the body's energy and blood to circulate freely down to your toes. For an extra boost, add a few slices of fresh ginger or a tablespoon of safflower to the water. Ginger is pungent and warming, excellent for dispelling cold, while safflower gently invigorates blood circulation, helping to break through stagnation that causes that feeling of coldness and minor aches. Second, we must focus on strengthening the spleen. In TCM, the spleen is the cornerstone of your digestive system, your kitchen stove. It takes the food you eat and transforms it into the energy and blood your body needs to thrive. When this stove is weak, your digestion becomes slow and inefficient, leading to fatigue, bloating, and a feeling of heaviness. People who need to strengthen their spleen often feel tired, especially after eating, may have loose stools, and might crave sweets. The best way to support your spleen is to eat warm-cooked foods. Think of it this way: you are helping your digestive stove by giving it food that is already partially cooked and easy to process. A warm bowl of oatmeal or coffee for breakfast is far kinder to your system than a cold glass of juice or a smoothie. Simple soups, stews, and roasted vegetables are your best friends. Try to avoid iced drinks and raw foods, especially in the evening, as they can put out your delicate digestive fire. Third is the vital task of nourishing the blood. Your blood, in the TCM sense, is more than just the weed fluid in your veins. It's the primary substance that moistens and nourishes your entire body, including your muscles, skin, hair, and even your mind. When blood is deficient, you might experience dry skin, brittle nails, hair loss, light or restless sleep, and a fuzzy memory. It's like trying to run a car on a low tank of poor minus quality fuel. To build rich, healthy blood, focus on nutrient dense foods, dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, lean red meat in moderation, eggs, and dark colored fruits like dates, cherries, and goji berries are all excellent blood builders. A simple and delicious way to do this is to add a small handful of goji berries and a few red dates to your oatmeal or tea. Fourth, it's important to soothe the liver. Your liver in TCM is like your body's general, responsible for the smooth and orderly flow of everything, from your emotions to your circulation. In our modern high-stress world, the liver can easily become stagnant or stuck, leading to frustration, irritability, tension in the neck and shoulders, and waking up between 1 and 3 a.m. If you feel wound up, sigh frequently, or have tight muscles, your liver is asking for some gentle care. The solution isn't to force it, but to coax it to relax. Gentle, flowing movements like tai chi or slow stretching can help release physical tension. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing is one of the most powerful tools to calm a tense liver. Simply place a hand on your belly, and as you inhale, feel your belly expand. As you exhale, let it fall. Doing this for just a few minutes can work wonders. Peppermint or chamomile tea can also help to soothe and smooth that stuck energy. Finally, we must consolidate the kidneys. The kidneys in TCM are considered the foundation of life, your body's deepest energy reserve, like a rechargeable battery pack. They govern your bones, your lower back, your hearing, and your willpower. As we age, this deep battery naturally loses some of its charge. Signs that your kidney energy needs support include a weak horse or lower back and knees, frequent urination especially at night, and a deep-seated feeling of exhaustion that sleep doesn't seem to fix. To recharge your kidneys, You need to provide deep nourishment. Foods that are dark in color like black beans, black sesame seeds, and walnuts are particularly good. Rest is also non-negotiable for kidney health. This means going to bed a little earlier and avoiding activities that burn the candle at both ends. A simple and effective practice is to gently rub your lower back with the palms of your hands until the area feels warm. This simple action stimulates the area and helps to draw energy back to your foundational reserve. Building these principles into your life doesn't require a lot of time, just a little consistency. Here are 2 simple daily routines you can start with. First, a morning warming ginger and jujube tea. This simple drink is designed to gently stoke your digestive fire and warm your body from the inside out, setting you up for a day of stable energy. You will need 3 thin slices of fresh ginger and 3 to 5 dry jujube dates, which you can find at most Asian markets. Simply place the ginger and dates into a mug, pour boiling water over them, and let them steep for about 10 minutes. You can sip on this throughout the morning. The ginger is warming and helps aid digestion, while the jujube dates are sweet, nourishing for your blood, and calming for your spirit. This tea is especially wonderful for anyone who often feels cold, a bit bloated, or low on energy in the morning. However, if you tend to run hot, have a lot of heartburn, or have a very drying out and throat, you might want to skip the ginger for now, as its warming nature could be too much. A quick self-minus check after drinking it for a few days. Do you feel comfortably warm and energized? Or do you feel overly hot and agitated? Your body will tell you if it's the right fit. Second, an evening calming safflower foot soak. This ritual is the perfect way to unwind, improve circulation to your feet, and prepare your body and mind for a deep, restful sleep. You'll need a basin or bucket that can comfortably fit both of your feet, hot water, and about 1 tablespoon of dried safflower flowers, about 30 minutes before you plan to go to bed. Prepare the soak. First, put the safflower flowers into a large mug and pour about 2 cups of boiling water over them, letting them steep for 5 to 10 minutes to release their beneficial properties. Then, fill your basin with comfortably hot water, around 104 to 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Pour the safflower tea, flowers and all, into the basin. Sit in a comfortable chair, immerse your feet and ankles, and just relax for 15 minutes. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel the warmth spreading from your feet up through your whole body. When you're done, dry your feet thoroughly and immediately put on warm socks to hold in the heat. This practice is ideal for people with cold feet, mild aches in their legs, or difficulty falling asleep due to a racing mind. One important precaution: safflower is a potent herb for moving blood, so if you are pregnant or taking blood-thinning medications, you should consult with your doctor before using it. For everyone else, pay attention to how you feel. A good soak should leave you feeling relaxed, warm, and pleasantly sleepy. One of the most important things to remember on your wellness journey is that your body is unique. In our culture, we often look for a magic bullet, the one supplement or diet that works for everyone. We hear a friend had great results with something and we rush to try it ourselves. While sharing experiences is wonderful, it's crucial to understand that in TCM, there is no one-size-all solution. What works wonders for your neighbor might not be right for you and could even make things worse. For example, ginger is fantastic for someone with a cold, sluggish constitution. But for a person who already has too much internal heat, characterized by symptoms like a red face, a feeling of thirst, and irritability, adding more warming ginger would be like pouring gasoline on a fire. It would only amplify their discomfort. This is why TCM places so much emphasis on pattern differentiation, understanding your specific constitution and the root cause of your symptoms. So, be a gentle observer of your own body. Notice how you feel after eating certain foods or trying a new practice. The goal is to become your own health detective, not to blindly follow trends. True healing comes from listening to your body's unique language and responding with the care it specifically needs. Every small step you take toward listening to your body is a profound act of self-care and victory for your long-term health. It's not about achieving perfection overnight. it's about the gentle, consistent rhythm of nurturing yourself day by day. This journey of rekindling your inner warmth is a return to yourself, a way of honoring the wisdom your body holds. Let go of the pressure to make drastic changes and instead embrace the power of one small, positive choice at a time. Tonight, perhaps you will choose a warm foot soak instead of scrolling on your phone before bed. Tomorrow morning, maybe you will opt for a warm, nourishing breakfast. These simple choices, compounded over time, are what build a foundation of resilient health. Have you experienced that stubborn chill in your feet or that 3 a.m. wake minus up call from your mind? Your story is important. Share this with a friend or a family member who often feels tired or cold, so they know they are not alone and that simple, natural solutions are within reach. If you feel this resonates with you, comment with the word balance, and I will suggest a simple starting point for you. Remember, tending to your health is like tending to a garden with patience, warmth, and consistent care. Everything can blossom. Waking up in the morning should feel like a fresh start. But for many of us, it feels more like a slow, stiff negotiation with our own body. The first few steps out of bed are accompanied by a familiar ache in the feet and ankles. Maybe your lower back feels tight, or your knees protest as you head to the kitchen for that first cup of coffee. You might have slept for 7 or 8 hours, but you still feel a lingering fatigue, as if your internal battery never fully charged. It's a common story we hear after 50. We spend the day gardening or playing with grandchildren, and instead of a pleasant tiredness, we're left with heavy legs and a weariness that seeps into our bones. At night, just as you settle down, a restless feeling in your legs keeps you tossing and turning. Or you find yourself waking up multiple times to use the bathroom, breaking the precious cycle of deep sleep. These aren't just wind and aches and pains, they are signals. In traditional Chinese medicine, these feelings often point to a simple but profound truth: the warming, energizing fire within our body, the very source of our vitality, may be burning a little low. It's not about a disease, it's about a subtle imbalance in our body's natural energy. And the good news is we have gentle, time-minus tested ways to tend to that inner flame. In traditional Chinese medicine, we talk a lot about the body's vital energy, or qi. A crucial aspect of this energy is what we call yang qi. Think of yang qi as your body's internal furnace or pilot light. When you're young, this furnace burns strong and bright. It keeps your body warm, powers your digestion, drives your circulation, and gives you the energy to work, play, and recover quickly. It's the force that keeps you feeling vibrant and resilient. As we gracefully age, it's natural for this inner fire to dim slightly. It's like a home heating system that doesn't quite reach the farthest rooms anymore. This is why you might notice your hands and feet are often cold, even in a warm room. It's why you might feel more tired after meals, as your digestive system has to work harder with less heat to break down food. Modern science describes this in different terms, like a slowing metabolism or less efficient circulation. But the underlying experience is the same. When this warming energy is low, fluids don't move as well, leading to a sense of heaviness or puffiness. Circulation to the joints can become sluggish, contributing to stiffness and achiness, especially in the morning or in cold, damp weather. This isn't a flaw, it's simply a shift in your body's balance. The key is not to fight it with harsh methods, but to gently and consistently add fuel to the fire. A client until call Mr. David, a retired teacher in his late 60s, came to me with this exact picture. He was always cold. His knees ached, and he had to get up 3 times a night, leaving him exhausted. He felt like his energy was constantly draining away. We didn't do anything drastic. We started by focusing on warming his furnace. We adjusted his diet to include more warming foods like ginger and cinnamon, and he began a simple evening ritual of a warm herbal foot soak. Within a few weeks, he noticed he was sleeping through to the morning more often. His knees still had their moments, but the constant, deep ache had subsided. He described it as feeling like the chill had finally left his bones. It was a perfect example of steady progress through consistent care. Understanding how to gently stoke this inner fire is the secret to aging with vitality and comfort. It's about making small, consistent choices that support your body's natural warmth and energy. Here are some of the most effective strategies, rooted in ancient wisdom and easy to practice at home. First, and most importantly, is warming your core. The source of our body's primary fire is located in the lower back and abdomen, an area associated with the kidney system. Think of this as the central boiler for your entire body. If the main boiler is weak, the whole house will be chilly. People who need to warm their core often feel a deep-seated cold that warm clothes can't seem to fix. They may have a sore or weak lower back, cold knees, and a tendency to urinate frequently, especially at night. The most direct way to support this is through a therapeutic foot soak. Your feet are covered in acupressure points that connect to your entire body, including your core organs. Soaking your feet in warm water is like sending a wave of warmth directly back to your central boiler. Adding a small amount of ginger slices or a pinch of Epsom salt can enhance this effect, but the real star for this purpose is safflower, an herb known for invigorating circulation and gently dispersing cold. Second, you must fuel your engine properly. Your digestive system, known as the spleen in TCM, is like the kitchen stove. It takes the food you eat and transforms it into the energy and warmth your body needs. If this stove is weak, or if you keep throwing cold, damp ingredients onto it, it will struggle to produce enough heat. This is why you might feel bloated, sluggish, or even more tired after eating. The people who need to focus here are those who experience digestive discomfort, have low energy, and perhaps notice a bit of puffiness or water retention. The solution is simple: eat warm cooked foods. Start your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal or coffee instead of a cold smoothie or yogurt. Add warming spices like ginger, cinnamon, and cardamom to your cooking. Sipping on ginger tea with your meals can also give your digestive fire a helpful boost. It's a small change that makes a huge difference in your daily energy levels. Third, we need to ensure smooth flow throughout the body. The liver system in TCM acts as the body's traffic controller, ensuring that energy and blood move smoothly and without obstruction. When this system is constrained, often due to stress or frustration, things get stuck. It's like having traffic jams all over your body. This can manifest as irritability, frequent sighing, tension in the neck and shoulders, and even rib-side discomfort. People who feel emotionally wound-up or physically tense can benefit immensely from gentle movement. You don't need a strenuous workout. A simple daily walk, gentle stretching, or practicing Tai Chi can work wonders to get things moving again. The key is to move your body in a relaxed, flowing way. This tells your internal traffic controller to ease up and let everything flow freely, which in turn relieves both physical and emotional tension. Fourth is the vital task of nourishing your foundation, which in TCM is called nourishing the blood. Your blood is like the river of life that carries oxygen and nutrients to every single cell, muscle, and organ. When this river is running low, you can feel it throughout your system. People who need to nourish their blood often have a pale complexion, dry skin and hair, brittle nails, and may experience dizziness, especially when standing up too quickly. They might also have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. To replenish this vital substance, focus on nutrient-dense foods, dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, lean meat in moderation, and dark-colored foods like black beans, beets, and black sesame seeds are all excellent choices. A classic and delicious way to do this is by adding a few reed dates and a small handful of goji berries to your tea or oatmeal. These are considered powerful blood-nourishing treasures. Finally, you need to unblock the pathways to allow warmth to reach your extremities. Even with a strong central furnace, if the pipes are blocked, the warmth won't get where it needs to go. This is what we call invigorating circulation. This is especially for people whose primary complaint is cold hands and feet, stiff or achy joints, and a feeling of numbness or tingling. This is where that safflower foot soak truly shines. Safflower is renowned for its ability to gently break up stagnation and move blood, making it perfect for warming the extremities and easing joint discomfort caused by poor circulation. Regular, gentle exercise like walking is also crucial. It acts like a pump, helping your heart push warmth and blood all the way down to your toes and back up again. These principles are not separate tasks but interconnected parts of a holistic approach. By warming your core, fueling your digestion, ensuring smooth flow, and nourishing your foundation, you create a body that is resilient, comfortable, and full of vitality. It's about working with your body, not against it, through small daily acts of care. To make this easy to start, here are routines you can weave into your life. They require minimal effort but offer profound benefits when done consistently. The first is a morning warm-up ginger and date tea. This is designed to gently awaken your digestive system and provide a steady stream of energy for your day. You will need just 3 ingredients: about 3 thin slices of fresh ginger, 2 or 3 dried wheat dates, and a cup of hot water. To prepare it, simply place the ginger slices and the wheat dates into a mug. If you like, you can slice the dates open to help release their natural sweetness and beneficial properties. Pour hot water over them, cover the mug, then let it steep for about 10 to 15 minutes. The best time to drink this is in the morning, either before or with your breakfast. It's particularly helpful for anyone who wakes up feeling groggy, has a poor appetite, or tends to feel bloated after meals. It warms the stomach and supports your digestive fire. However, if you are someone who often feels hot, has a dry mouth or throat, or experiences acid reflux, you might want to avoid this or use only 1 small slice of ginger. A quick self-check is to notice how your stomach feels after drinking it. You should feel a gentle, pleasant warmth, not a burning sensation. The second routine is the evening wind-down Safflower foot soak. This is your ultimate ritual for soothing tired joints, warming your whole body, and preparing for a deep, restorative sleep. For this, you'll need a basin or bucket large enough for both feet, comfortably hot water, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried safflower flowers. Here's how you do it. First, put the safflower into a small bowl and pour a little bit of the hot water over it to let it steep for about 10 minutes. This helps to extract the active compounds. While it's steeping, fill your basin with water that is comfortably hot to the touch, but not scalding. Pour the safflower tea into the basin. Now sit in a comfortable chair, immerse your feet up to your ankles, and just relax for 15 to 20 minutes. Read a book, listen to calming music, or simply enjoy the quiet. When you're done, dry your feet thoroughly and immediately put on a pair of warm socks to lock in the heat. This soak is perfect for anyone who has cold feet, achy joints, or trouble falling asleep. However, please be cautious. If you have diabetes, be sure to test the water temperature carefully to avoid burns. This soak is also not recommended for pregnant women. If you have any open sores or skin conditions on your feet, it's best to wait until they have healed. The self-check here is simple. After the soak, your feet and lower legs should feel pleasantly warm and relaxed, and you should feel a sense of calm readiness for sleep. One of the most common pitfalls I see is people trying to copy exactly what worked for a friend or neighbor without considering their own body. You might hear that goji berries are a superfood for energy, so you start eating them by the handful. But if your body already has a tendency toward what we call heat, which might show up as stiffness, bloating, or skin issues, then too many goji berries could actually make you feel worse. Traditional Chinese medicine is beautiful because it is not one-size-all. It's about understanding your unique pattern of imbalance. What your body needs is likely different from what your spouse or your best friend needs. This is why it's so important to pay attention to your own body's feedback. If you try a warming tea and it makes you feel overly hot or irritable, it's not the right tool for you at this time. If a particular food makes you feel bloated, listen to that signal. The goal is to become a detective for your own health, using these principles as a guide to find what brings you personally into a state of balance and comfort. There is no magic pill, only the consistent, loving attention you give to your body's needs. Every small step you take towards better health is a victory. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see dramatic results overnight, but true wellness is built day by day with simple, consistent habits. That morning cup of ginger tea, that evening foot soak, these are not just tasks. They are acts of self-respect. They are a way of telling your body that you are listening and that you are on its side. This journey is about reclaiming your vitality and comfort, naturally, so be patient and be kind to yourself. Have you experienced that feeling of waking up stiff and tired? Or do you struggle with cold feet that just won't warm up? You are not alone. Share this with a friend or a family member who often feels tired or achy, so they know there are gentle, natural ways to feel better. Let's support each other in building a foundation of health that will carry us through the years with grace and